Hey there everyone, this is Deegan from Deegan Network. Welcome to a special episode of Fire Emblem Gaiden, the Chapter 3 grinding. Okay, now this is Celica's party, so this is like a part 1. Okay, so the location here, start off with the location, it's basically the final portion of Chapter 3 for Celica's group. It's Geyes' fort. Well, actually, we still have to go to Mila's temple again, but this is Geyes' fort. And we've already killed Geyes, but we left the shaman alone. And if you've watched my previous episode where we took down Geyes, then you'll see why I ended it before we killed the shaman. Because we're going to grind here. Now, the reason why I selected this place to grind is because we don't have to keep walking in and out of this stupid shrine or whatever, and the chamois will just keep pumping out these bonewalkers that will give us a reasonable amount of experience. Now, the people that we're not going to be using, the non-participants of this grinding, Jesse, not participating, and Atlas, because those two are just too far behind, and I'm probably not even going to use them. They don't fall under my top 10 or top 12 list in general, so too bad. Hala and Katria, great units. Katria's awesome, and she has an angel ring. I wish I'd given the angel ring to Celica or someone else before I started this, but I kind of forgot about that. And they are already promotable, so they're not going to be participating whatsoever. Balbo will be participating, but not to get experience, just as a tank to mitigate all the damage. Saber and Cammy, they are also promotable, so they're just there to tank to protect some of our mages here. Just there. We are going to get Leo to 10, so he can be promoted. I think it's 10, not really sure, but we're just going to go keep going until he can be promoted. And May, I'm going to try and get her to 20, but it's okay if she doesn't get to 20. I just need her to be high as possible, because she can be a priestess, I think. I don't really know what female mages are, but I know Bowie is a sage, and he was able to level up at 12, but May unfortunately couldn't, which kind of sucks. And then Celica, we have to get her to 20. That's the point of this grind, to get her to 20, and we're going to do that. Now, let's talk about the format, the positioning of our units. Balbo's here in the very front because I gave her Paula's javelin, the hand lance, whatever. So he can attack 2 spaces. So he can attack here, 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 or here, which is cool. So he can really, you know, attack whoever is in fire. Not to mention, if he hits twice, that enemy's dead, which is unfortunate, but if he misses, which is very likely he may, that unit will have probably half their health left, which is great because then Celica or whoever can just finish that person off. If they decide to come over here and attack Saber, well, he has the hero sword, so they'll be either like 2 health left or they'll be dead. And Cammy, he has a steel sword. I wish I'd given him the dark sword. I forgot that was in my inventory. Then he will have, I think they'll have about 30% of their health, so Leo or May can dispose that unit. But if they come here, they're probably going to attack Celica. That's probably what's going to happen. Unfortunately, Celica can't tank everything because she very well may kill like 3 bonewalkers at a time, and then the 4th one may come up and she might die. And therefore we have Saber here because he's a little bit better than Cammy. I prefer him anyway, so we're just gonna do that, and then Saber will get some experience, Celica will get a lot of experience, and I think it's good. We have our Sage and Jenny over here to heal units. Bowie can heal May, that's the point, that's why he's in this formation, because he can use recovery. Jenny, on the other hand, can use sidekick and can heal anyone whenever you need to. So enough of me talking for about 5 minutes. Let's get this started. Okay, produce more units. Okay, so she does about 20 damage. Cool. Okay, Balbo does about half, and then another half. So all he has to do is miss once. And his hit rate is not that high. As you can see, it's about 60%. Cool. Now he does 18 damage. Pretty good unit. Of course, he's in the final tier already. Okay. So, 10. I think Leo can do 8. Safe to say 8. Is there anyone at 8? No. Then we'll have May, Fire, oh no, not Fire, Lightning on that unit. Damn it. You're supposed to miss. Well. Nice, okay. I'm a little skeptical when it comes to Leo. His hit rate is also around 60%, so safe to say he can only do 8. Okay, and Celica, we want you to do Angel on, doesn't even matter. Sure, this guy. Oh! Okay. And we have Psychic. I know she has the Angel Ring. Oh, she has the Holy Sword, so she gives her +5, just in case. You never know how much damage. Okay, so new turn. I guess we'll start off with talking about some of the characters now. Okay, Celica. As mentioned before in my previous grinding episode for Chapter 2, Celica is a great unit, extremely versatile, and she gets better and better at every level. It's awesome, actually. She's great. The only downsides, she's not as strong as she could be by melee, but she makes up for it with a lot of spells. Very useful ones, such as Angel and Excalibur. So, let's take a look at her stats. Okay, as a level 16, she knows Recover. That's a white spell, so she can heal any adjacent units. Excalibur, which is an awesome spell, and it's only 3 HP points, so it's pretty much free, almost. It's almost free per turn. Angel, it's 4 HP, but it does a lot of damage, especially against the undead, which is why we're using that. And then Lightning is great. She's pretty much like an archer. She can attack across a river or whatever. It's like 2 spaces. It's good. And then Fire is the default mage's spell. So we have decent power. It could be a little bit higher. I wish it was. So I'm gonna try and find some thief shrines to maybe give her a little bit of power. Skill. It's pretty good. It's 13. It's not bad. Could be higher. Speed, luck, 14. I'm fine with that. Her defense is pretty low, but it doesn't really matter because she can heal with the Holy Sword. Magic defense is a bit higher in 4 moves. Great. So let's test out the Excalibur spell. My favorite spell thus far. It's awesome. Great. 6. She only gets 6 XP. Oh, this is gonna suck. And you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. That's why I said probably only do about 8. Who's next? Jenny. Jenny. I wish she had warp, but some of these maps they're like desert based, so it kind of sucks. You have to pretty much wait and wait and keep going one step at a time, 2 steps at a time, and it really sucks. But hey, she does a good job. Hurry up and summon fucking units, man. Are you serious? Are you all out? There we go. Cool. And we will end turn. Okay. So Jenny, she knows Nosferatu just like any cleric class, just like Silk. She knows Angel, I believe, just like Silk. She knows Illusion and Psychic. Now, the big difference between those two characters as of right now is the number of spells they have. Silk has Warp and Silk has Deer. And Deer is just one of those, you know, they'll get rid of some enemies on the map. Kinda, it's like a random thing. I don't really use it a whole lot because it sucks experience out the window. And they both have Illusion. Now, Jenny's Illusion and Silk's Illusion are a little bit different. They both summon mists, but Jenny's mists are soldiers, and Silk's mists are better versions of those soldiers. They're just a lot more powerful, a lot more sturdy, and that's really the major difference there. What's the spell she can use? Okay, yeah, so... Oh, she has Deer. I didn't know that. Well, I haven't been using her for Deer ever, so that's cool. Scratch what I said. Jenny also has Deer. Perfect. Now, Psychic is really the major difference. Their difference is Psychic and Warp. Warp, it sends people over there or over there across the map. Cool. That can come in handy. But I think Psychic is a little bit more superior, and the reason why is you can heal anywhere on the map, and it has come in handy. I use it all the time. That's probably what Jenny is most used for in my party, is Psychic. That's cool. Her magic power is 15. It's amazing. Her skill is not that high, but hey, who needs skill, right? Speed's not that high, but it doesn't really matter. She doubles frequently, depending on the mob, of course. And her luck is high, her defense is high, actually, but she has a shield. Magic defense is really good, and she has 5 moves, so that's fine. That's good. I'm cool with that. 10. Is there anyone? Ooh, 8. Fucking awesome. This dude. You only get 8 XP? Come on, man. Better than that. Cool. And I may deal with that one. Oh, she's so close. Okay. Next on the list, we will talk with... Let's go with Bowie. Okay, Bowie. A lot of people don't give him enough credit. I've said that once, I've said it 1,000 times. I like Bowie as a character, but I can see why they say that. To be quite honest, he's not as useful as some of the other characters. That is totally true. That's why you need to level him up and make him a sage. When he's a sage, he is your mage and your healer. You don't even have to have him cast spells. He could just follow May around and heal her while she delivers some magic assault. I mean, it is insane. I'm about to show you. Aura, 24 damage. Sometimes she has to use it twice, sometimes she misses. So that's like 12 points. Well, when you have Bowie around, right next to her, you can just heal her immediately. There you go. Done. Rhapsody. Okay. You're not gonna come up with anyone, are you? For like 3 turns? You suck. Suck dick. 5, 6. Cool. Alright, let's take a look at Bowie's stats. Magic power 13. Could be a little bit higher. 15 would be great. Like Jenny. He knows recover, arrow, lightning, and fire. Arrow is his, you know, major spell. I wish it was Excalibur, to be honest with you, but arrow takes 8 HP, and luckily Bowie has a lot of health points, which is awesome, so you can use it, but it doesn't have a high hit rate, so occasionally he'll miss. Not to mention he misses a lot anyway, so I don't like to use arrow unless, you know, I feel like it. I feel like Bowie deserves a chance to shine, which he usually fails. And then you have his luck is pretty good, and then the rest of his stats are mediocre. For mage, his defense is actually awesome. His raw defense is awesome, so he won't die. He can take 1 or 2 hits. But as a sage, he recovers anyway, and so he has nothing to worry about. He doesn't deserve a spot in my top 10 list, but he deserves a spot in Celica's party as an extra healer, as someone who can do magic and someone who can heal nearby units. So it's good, especially in something like this where, you know, you're fighting a boss that can destroy your units in 2 turns. You kind of want that extra healer. Okay. Whoa, what was that? Hey. What the hell? Okay. May. We'll talk about May. Mayflower. May, I wish she had more health. That's all I can say. She would be great. She's not as good as Cliff. I think Ruto probably has a little bit more potential than May, to be honest with you. But May's just such a high level compared to Ruto on Alm's party that the edge will have to go to May. Not to mention, May knows a lot of good spells. I think she learns Excalibur pretty soon as well, in a few levels. I think. I'm not really sure. But if so, that's freaking ridiculous. I know Celica learns Excalibur in a few levels, so that's going to be awesome. And not to mention, let's take a look at her stats. She has a lot of magic power, same as Sylph. Cool. Her defense is 7. It's actually a little bit lower than that. I think she has a shield equipped. But she has a lot of magic defense. Her speed is really high, so she will double. And I'd say she's a moderately above average. She's not a Cliff, but she's not a Bowie. Let's say it like that. And she knows Angel as well. So as a caster, she's very versatile in her selection of spells, which is kind of why I like using her. It's just that her health is so low, it's kind of like a disadvantage. How much health do you have? Let's see if you can double. Nope. Dick. Okay, that's done. Cool. Okay, who's next? Guess we'll talk about Saber. Saber is cool. I like Saber. He's the #1 melee unit on my team. In terms of my preference. He crits like crazy, man. On the previous episode, he critted 4 out of 5 battles. I mean, that's an 80% crit rate, which is extremely high. Even if it says, you know, he only has like a 50% crit rate, doesn't matter. He critted 4 out of 5 times that he was in battle. And one of them was, I think one of them was on the, no, it wasn't on the boss. It was against the trash mobs. But still, that's really good, considering. And also, he has a hero sword, so I'm sure his crit rate is increased because of that. But it doesn't matter. He's freaking awesome. He has a lot of power. You know, his skill is pretty high. His speed is high. His defense is, you know, all right, but his magic defense is a little low. Overall, he has some awesome stats, and I think he should be in the top 10. Definitely. He's an awesome unit. didn't mean to do that, but I just wanted to show him off. 10. Okay, we could talk about his partner in crime, Cammy. Kamui. Call him Cammy. Now, Cammy is very superior, or no, inferior to Saber, definitely. Partially because of the equipment that Saber has, but even if, the stats are what makes the difference for me personally. And, you know, a lot of power, a lot of skill, more speed, I think. But the thing is, the rest of the stats are not as high. No luck, lower defense, definitely lower magic defense, and you know, it's just, I think Saber would do a little bit better. Let's take a look. Let's compare those. Exactly, and they're the same level. And I thought maybe their skills, their stats were a little bit reversed. Like Saber will be good at these things, while Cammy would be better in the other things. It's not really the case anymore. It's just that Saber's better. 19, 14, 15, and then he's 18, 14, 17. Well, the rest of the stats suck compared to Saber's, and that's what I'm saying. Although Cammy and Saber are great. They are units that you want to stick side by side, and they could just mow down any units that come by, and if they don't kill them, they'll weaken them by a lot, leaving your mages and the other ranged units that you want them to get the XP to finish it off and get a good chunk of XP. I mean, that's good. I think that's fair. But as regards to the top 10, if I'm probably gonna only pick one, it's gonna have to be Saber. That's just it. But if I could squeeze Cammy in, I may. It's just that we have a lot of other units to consider. Hurry up and die. Let's talk about Valbo. Valbo, I think out of the 3 units that came, Valbo is probably the most useful, and he was my least favorite. However, he's proven himself time and time again. He's already leveled to his final tier as a Baron. This guy takes 1 damage every time he gets hit, unless it's by magic. And even if, you know, it's only like 20% of his health, so he's not gonna die. He's just outperformed a lot of other players, especially in Alm's party. All the Armor Knights in there can suck it until they're Barons. Yeah, they got nothing on Valbo, and he does a lot of damage. He's a great unit. I recommend leveling him up to a Baron so he can help the party, and you kind of need him anyway because there's not a lot of meat tanks here except maybe the Myrmidons, and even if they have low defense, so they just need a dodge. At least Valbo can take it. Giving Valbo's Paula's lance, the hand lance to Valbo, was a great decision on my part in terms of this, because he can attack anybody. If he's on the front lines, he can attack the person behind that the enemy directly in front of him, and it'll just pretty much allow other players to attack the people around Valbo and weaken them for the people behind them. So it's almost like a 3-set formation. Valbo attacks this guy instead of these two. Celica can attack that. Saber and Cammy can attack them. These people can finish the people around here, and then finally Leo can finish the guy that Valbo wanted to kill first. It's perfect. It's great. Okay, let's see. 8. Anyone with 8? Yes. There it is. And he only gets 8 XP. Yay! Let's get rid of him. Dead. Nobody likes you. Okay. Before we end the turn, let's look at Valbo's stats. Power off the charts, 26. Defense, 18. Really good. Everything else sucks. But his skill is there, so that's cool. Speed's low, that's expected, but he can double on most of these enemies anyway. So I'm happy with that. No magic defense. Just keep him away from mages, although he can definitely survive 1 or 2 hits. So why not, right? And we'll just attack this dude. Boom! 18. Dead. Dead. Don't mess with Valbo. Okay. The next person we're going to talk about is Leo. Leo. My man sucks. He's not bad. He's mediocre. He's just far inferior from Python. It's insane. I mean, Leo's hit rates are so low, it's fucking bullshit. It's like he's blind, and he may hit occasionally, you know, he rarely doubles. He rarely does. Of course, I put him in the worst situations. I would make him stay down here to attack this guy up here, which automatically has like a low hit rate. But still, you should be able to hit him, you know. Let's get rid of. There's got to be someone with 8. 12, 8. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna always attack this guy. Dead. Dead. God. That takes forever. Dead. Cool. Okay. Leo. His stats. He has a decent amount of power, but he does have a steel bow. His skill is there. Should be a little bit higher. And the rest of his stats are, it's like, great. They're average. Speed is low. His luck is okay. His defense is like, it should be 10, really. And no magic defense, so keep him away from heavy melee units such as bosses. Keep him away from wizards. And it's like, keep him away from everything. And, I mean, I know that's what an archer's role is, but still, you should be able to take a hit. He's like Leonardo from Radiant Dawn. Yeah. And now we're gonna talk about those two over there. Okay. The Pegasus Knight Sisters. Unfortunately, Est is not in here because we're gonna get her after, and I'm gonna have to grind her up a little bit. And I'm gonna give her the Angel Ring. So by the time she catches up, her stats will be freaking unbelievable, which is my opinion. I haven't played with Est ever, so okay. Where were we? Okay, while we do that, let's figure out. We were talking about the Pegasus Sisters, Pegasus Knights. Okay, those two are cool. Katria is so much better, and it's probably because she was equipping the Angel Ring the entire time. But even if, I still think she's superior. Her stats are off the charts, all of them. I mean, her luck is maxed out because of the Angel Ring. That's the effect of the ring. But everything's good. Her magic defense is a little bit lower than everything else. It doesn't matter. Her power is 25. She has the I think Steel Lance. No, she has a regular lance, and her power is 25. I mean, Jesus Christ. First, and then Paula, she just sucks. She's lower, and that's fine, because I think Est is going to be better than these two. That's just my opinion. I haven't seen her stats or anything, but I'm gonna give her the angel ring, and I've already recruited her before. The first time that I didn't save the game, and I remember she was level 3. So if I bring her up enough, I think her stats will be on par with Katria's, or maybe a little bit better. You know, it's random, so I don't know. Either way, those two are great units. I like keeping them. They can take on just the side army altogether. Why did I do that? That was stupid. Yeah, they can take on the side army by themselves. They're cool. They can fly across the map. They can take on archers as well. They don't really get killed like they usually do. So I'm content. Yay, level 17. Not to mention, Katria will destroy a unit. I mean, she took on the boss of this last map. Or this map. She took on Geyes. And usually I was under the impression that shit, I'm gonna have to hit and run. No, she took 4 damage. And then she took 8 because she got hit twice. But it doesn't matter. I mean, Geyes missed once and she only took 4 damage per turn. That's amazing. And she dealt like 8 points herself. 8 to 10 points herself. So she did her job. She's more than capable. I think she may even be better than Claire. And she'll definitely be better than Claire when she promotes up to falconry. I mean, if she can do 19, or what was it? 19 damage to a mercenary, yeah, she's a freaking beast. I'm thinking about giving her an A, solid A. I don't know, maybe an A+, it depends. We'll have to see when she becomes a falconry. Damage. Paula, on the other hand, she's like the disappointment in the family. Like, I don't want to say it like that, but I'm saying out of those two, she sucks. She's like that annoying. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Okay. You're a guy and you see these two girls and they're sisters. There's one that's hot and then there's one that's like average. And then you're trying to get with the hot one, but the average one likes you. It's kind of like that. You're just like, fuck you. It's just like, oh, thanks. Thank you. Great. Now move along. And then whenever Katria does something awesome, like kill an enemy, you're like, good job, yes. Because she's so much better. Yeah, it's sad, I know. Okay, she needs to be healed. Right. Oh no. Psychic. Okay. Should we produce more units? Guess not. Alright, we're gonna talk about these two assholes over here, and we'll call it a day. Let's start with Jesse. Jesse, my man. He looks cool. I mean, I like his haircut. His portrait's awesome. The only problem is he comes so underleveled. And I'm just like, dude, my mercenaries are already myrmidons, and those myrmidons are almost slayers. I don't have a room for a third melee unit, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. I could give him the steel sword, sure. I could give him the dark sword, sure. But I don't think I want to spend that kind of time on a character that I don't think deserves to be in that top 10 list. I mean, look at his stats already. It's just, I think Sabers is better. I'm not going to train any mercenary type character that has less potential than Saber or is worse than Saber. That's just my thing. Okay. Same with Statless. Atlas, my man, he sucks. I mean, I saw on forums and everything like that when I was researching this game because I wanted to play through right, And I was just looking, hey, I wonder what some of their opinions are on some of the characters that are less used. And someone said Atlas was awesome. And I was like, really? Maybe I'll give him a chance. I took a look. I promoted him to a soldier just because of his, you know, powers already 14, and why not, right? He fucking sucks, man. He can't even double on an enemy. He does 9 damage. He gets doubled. He takes half of his health away. Holy shit, he fucking sucks. He's gonna die. I can't use someone with no stats, someone with nothing. I gave him the dark sword and he still sucked. So, no. Atlas, you're the worst. You get the trophy for being the worst. Yeah. He's the worst. He really is. He's horrible. I'm sure if I spend time on him, he can be good. But that's just not gonna happen. He gets an F. No, I'm just kidding. He's not like Meg from Radiant Dawn, where you know you're not gonna use because she's fat and ugly and, you know, just poor stats all the way through. It's not like an F like that. It's just like a D. It's like worse than Leonardo, or let's say Jagan. He's like a Jagan from the first Fire Emblem. You don't want to use him. You just know it. Okay. I think that's enough of me talking about the characters. You get the idea of the grinding. What retreated? What? No! What the fuck was that? What do you mean retreated? Oh, okay. That works. I don't know why. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll give you an update on Alm's Party very shortly. See y'all.